Laser sights increase confidence regardless of experience level, whether you're learning the fundamentals or overcoming aging eyes. Crimson Trace, making laser sights standard equipment. Visit crimsontrace.com to find a dealer near you.
#1 national voice in defense of your Second Amendment rights. Gun Talk, available on iTunes and on the free Gun Dealio smartphone app for Android and iPhone. To be on the air with Tom, call us now, 866-825-5486 or 1-TOM-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom.
All right, back with you. We're still counting down. We got about a week to go for Christmas and looking for those last-minute gifts. I've been giving you some ideas. We've got some good ideas from you as well. If you'd like to join us, if you'd like to suggest some last-minute presents for the shooters, gunners, the hunters on your list, give me a holler, 866-TALK-GUN, or just dial Tom Talk Gun. I'm just looking a laser for rifle or for pistol. Doesn't matter. Take a look at the lasers. They're very cool. They work. I'm really a fan. Red dot sight. If you have not used one, you ought to treat yourself to one. If you have somebody on your list that who you think might benefit from that, and don't think of red dots as being just like for ARs and such. You want to have some fun? Put a red dot on something like a Ruger 1022. Holy cow, that's fast, it's fun, and you can hand it to anybody, and they can shoot it because you don't have to explain sight alignment or anything else. Hey, it's simple. Put dot on the target, pull the trigger, there you go, good to go. So there's a couple more for you for your list. Of course, talk about people who have lots of Christmas presents. The next guest has that for us. But, sometimes you see something, a gun, a project, a package or something, you just it's like one of those head slappers of, holy smoke, what the devil is that? That is so cool. Well, Paul Levy from Brownells joins us right now to talk about exactly that. Paul, the first time I saw this thing, I had exactly that reaction. It's like, what the heck are these guys doing? What is this thing?
Hey, Tom. Yeah, it's it's pretty much an ultimate package. It's the Tommy Gun Summit package from SilencerCo. We partnered with them on, and it's an SBR Thompson semi-auto with an Omega 45K suppressor. And you get a few other items, but it's a pretty cool setup.
It's a Thompson. It's the semi-auto version of the Thompson submachine gun. It comes in a violin case. It's got, I think, a drum magazine with it as well.
Yep. So it comes with a 50-round drum. You get the 20-round, the standard stick magazine, and, of course, the violin case, and everything fits nicely into that violin case. So it's a pretty compact package, since the barrel on this Thompson's only about 10 inches in length. Okay, and it does come with a suppressor. So obviously it's SBR. You got to do the paperwork on that. So you're going to have the paperwork on the suppressor and the SBR. But honestly, when I looked at it, it's like if you're a movie buff like I am, if you watch The Untouchables, if you watch any of those, you just look at that and go, that is just so freaking cool. How did you guys come up with this thing? Well, actually, the guys at SilencerCo came to us with it and said, hey, we got an idea for this. This would fit Brownells pretty well. We talked it over, tweaked some things, and we came up with this package. And the one great thing about this package, being SBR, it's the proper length for the Thompson, so it looks a part of an actual original Thompson from that era.
Okay. So what's the deal? Is this like there's only one of these being made and we have to get in line to try to buy it, or what's the deal?
There's only a few. It's actually about 24 were made, and once those are done, we're not doing it again. So we did a limited run. We'll see how it goes, and we won't be making them again. It's on the
Brownells website?
Correct. If you just go to brownells.com and search Summit, and it'll be right there when you search that. It's pretty easy to find.
All right. The obvious question that everybody's screaming at me to ask right now is how much?
Yeah, it's the ultimate Christmas present to yourself. So it's $3,800 retail.
I thought you were going to say $38,000. It's $3,800.
It's not in the realm of the full auto Thompsons, which are out there for about $38,000. So $3,800, you get a pretty much original configuration Thompson with the suppressor, with the 50-round drum, with the violin case, the complete setup. Okay.
I mean, obviously you got the tax on that, but that's a given. It's $3,800. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it's not. It's not like buying a Suburban kind of money. That's doable for a lot of folks.
Yep, when you're talking suppressor, SBR Thompson, and then everything else you get with it, it makes sense. And SilencerCo has done these packages quite a bit where they partner with a vendor and come out with a pretty unique package, and they go pretty darn quick. These won't be around too long. That's
what I was going to ask you. Did you just announce these? How long has this been out?
We just announced them on about December 11th, I believe. So they have not been out long. Yeah, but we've been contacted by some Thompson specialist shops and that sort of thing, so they're moving.
I would imagine. Here's the deal. I'm guessing that if you wait until the end of the year, there won't be any.
Well, we'll probably still have them then, but it wouldn't hurt to get in now.
Yeah, just move on it. So how are sales going, generally speaking, as you head toward? This is the time of year, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've had a fantastic holiday sales period. We've had some fantastic sales, and I'm sure your listeners have probably seen them on our website. So beyond the Thompson, we've got a lot of screaming deals through the end of the year, and you're going to see that going into next year too. But really been a good year for us. We're pretty happy.
Well, of course, I hate you guys because I'm on your mailing list. So every day I'm getting another and going, oh, man, that's cool. Oh, man, that's a great price. Oh, it's like, oh. It's like taking hits every day.
That's what we do is we're always trying to find the best price, and we're always trying to find unique items like this to get people excited because we know the industry can be the same old stuff. We like to get stuff like this, the Thompson Summit package out there. It's new and exciting, get people interested.
I cannot imagine a gun rig package that has more absolute cool factor, and I'm the only guy around here or gal around here who has one. If you if it's all about making your buddies envious, this one is a slam dunk, man.
And not to mention shooting it is completely hearing safe. It's 45 ACP, so it's suppressed, and it's a Thompson, so they weigh a good amount. They're about 12 pounds. So it's a soft shooting gun that's insanely quiet. So it's really a pleasure to shoot, too.
Holy cow. Amazing stuff. It's very cool. I appreciate you coming on and telling everybody about it because this is just something really special. I would encourage people, even if you're thinking, okay, I'm not going to buy this thing. Okay, fine. Go to the Brownells website, do the search for Summit, SUMMIT, and just take a look at it. Just looking at it, you're going to go, oh, I got to send that to my buddy. And then you start sharing it. You're going to go, you're not going to believe this thing.
We've got some great pictures up there, too, a ton of high-resolution pictures, so you can just drool over that, too. We're okay with that.
So you could download those and make those your screensaver.
There you go.
Okay. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. You take care. Have a Merry Christmas. All right. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. We have we got one line on, but we got room for you right now. Looking for your stories. Favorite gun for Christmas or maybe the worst ever. Tell you what, when we come back, I'll tell you about my most disappointing gun-related Christmas. I hardly ever tell the story, but I'll tell you about that. And looking for your thoughts as to good gifts. It could be inexpensive, could be expensive for folks for Christmas. 866-TALK-GUN.
Double Tap Ammunition. Loaded with quality components, hand-inspected, and made in the U.S. Offering 481 loads in 82 calibers. Find your next shot at DoubleTapAmmo.net. DoubleTapAmmo.net.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit SigSauer.com today.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the VADA Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry,
This vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reload it. Vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. Shopguntalk.com.
It's America's favorite .22 rifle. No matter how, where, or what you like to shoot, there's a Ruger 1022 for you. From the carbine to the incredible takedown models, the tactical and target versions, all Ruger 1022 models have a legendary action and detachable 10-round rotary magazine. Whether you're hunting squirrels or tin cans, there's a lifetime of fun in every Ruger 1022 rifle. See them all at Ruger.com. That's Ruger.com.
Cold Defense Ammunition, manufactured by Double Tap. Real defense ammo, designed with maximum effectiveness in mind. Have confidence in the performance of your defensive ammunition with Cold Defense by Double Tap. Available at your local retailer today.
All right, back with the 866 Talk Gun. Other thoughts for Christmas presents? Classes, of course. I mentioned that. But let me elaborate. Local or distance, local classes, shooting classes, self-defense classes, long-range shooting, tons of fun, and just so much to learn. How about a wing shooting class? If you're a wing shooter, a duck hunter, bird hunter, or if somebody on your list is, buy them a class, maybe one of those weekend classes. That would be tons of fun. Oh, here's one, a guided hunt. Duck hunting, quail hunting, whatever, you can get somebody a one-day guided hunt somewhere in the area. And if he or she is a hunter, would love that. Now, David's in Kansas on line 1. Been holding hold for a while. David, thank you for your patience. Sounds like this is an interesting story. What happened?
Well, my son has a .308 high-powered rifle with a bull barrel that he was sighting in the other day so he could take it hunting. Mm-hmm. He had some reloads, but he had shot like probably 250 out of 300 through a Browning lever rifle and had no problem. Well, we sighted in a bolt action at 3 of them. The case broke back by the primer back towards that end of the case, and once it blew back hard enough that it cut his face. Is that acceptable, or is that, I mean, it's not acceptable, but is it something that happens, and what would cause it to happen?
All right, first of all, no, it's not acceptable. It should not happen. Let me get some more information. When the case cracked, did it crack like kind of a round? Was it lengthwise, or was it like circular near the base of the case?
Circular near the base of the case.
Okay.
And it looks like it kind of maybe smashed the primer a little bit even. I mean, I don't know, but it's not right.
Has he looked at the cases, the fired cases that came out of the Browning lever action? Are there any indications of problems with that brass?
They all look fine.
What's the story on that particular Remington 700 that he was shooting? Has he shot that rifle with .308 ammo in it before?
No, he had never shot it before. This is about 13 or 15 shells he shot through it, sighting it in. He got a new scope. He thought he had never used it. It was a Black Friday sale 2 or 3 years ago, and we both bought one. Okay. I've shot mine in the 243 a little bit and have had no problem. But,
all right. I think maybe Michelle may have suggested something similar to this when you were talking to her, but what I'm going to suggest is taking that rifle to a gunsmith and have them do a go, no-go gauge check on it. Check for the headspace. I'm sorry, you did that?
We did that. It goes and it doesn't go. I mean, the gunsmith actually says it's a little tighter than a lot of the 700s, but it will go on the go. But it only goes down about a quarter on the no-go.
Okay, so the headspace is okay. We know that. Yep. My guess is now it's time to look at the ammo. It could be that the tolerance of and this is reloaded ammo, you said.
It is. I can't remember if he ordered it. I think from Cabela's, he thinks, but he's had it for a while too.
Okay. And this may be one of those deals. Think about this. If you have within the go, no-go range, your headspace is okay, but it's like on the limit on one side. And if the ammo has been reloaded and been resized to such a place to where it's at the extreme edge on the other side, it's possible that you could have what amounts to excess headspace for the combination of that cartridge and that rifle. I would suggest trying that rifle with some other ammo and try that. Has he shot that rifle with other ammo?
No, this is the only time he shot it.
Try it with some other ammo. See if you see any issues there. If you get the same thing with other ammo, stop firing the gun, contact Remington, and tell them what's going on. They're going to want the gun back. But I'm going to lean in the direction of there being an issue with the ammo, and particularly with the ammo not working with that particular gun, because you say he's shot a lot of it in a Browning lever action. So it's okay there. But I would try some different ammo, a few shots. And when you shoot it, look at the brass when it comes out. And what you're looking for is, you know, that area where you're getting the cracks in those others. Look to see if there's a shiny mark. It may not separate, but see if there's any kind of a shiny mark like that toward the base of the case. And that would indicate a thinning of the case there. And that may be incipient head case separation.
Okay. I'm not real knowledgeable about the high-powered rifles. I never shot them a lot. I was always a bird hunter.
Okay.
I live in Kansas, so now there's deer, you know.
Yes, there are some big deer, too.
It's gone a long ways. I think you almost see more deer now than you do roosters when you go hunting. But anyway, I don't know. It seems to me that if it's a 308, it ought to shoot any 308 that, you know, you can buy at your...
Well, and it probably would shoot anything that was a factory load, but you're not shooting factory loads. You're shooting reloads. And when you shoot reloads, you have no idea who reloaded it or how good they were at it.
Well, I don't know who reloaded them. I just always thought they were what they call.
That's my point. You don't know who reloaded it. Go get some factory ammo, some from Federal, Winchester, Remington, somebody like that, Hornady. Shoot that, see how it works. But I appreciate you calling. Just be careful with that. And if you're at all in doubt, contact Remington and let them have a look at it. Appreciate the call, sir. Let's see. Yes, we can do this. Nathan's on line 4 out of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Hey, Nathan, you're on Gun Talk.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Great. What'd you get?
Hey, so I've been listening to your show for about a year, and I kept hearing you say, get a gun belt, get a gun belt, get a gun belt. Well, I finally went out to a local shop here in Jacksonville, right outside base, and I got myself a gun belt, and it is a game changer.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, I know, right? That's got to be a first for you.
Okay, so first of all, what made you go do it? What tripped your trigger to make you actually go do that after hearing me nag at you all this time?
Well, so this new shop opened up, and I wanted to check it out, and they have a low-hanging sign, and it was dark, and I'm a pretty tall guy, and I hit my head on it, and the gentleman inside the shop saw that, and he's like, oh, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, since you hit our head on the sign, you know, we don't want any trouble or anything. We'll give you, a discount on something. And I said, well, I need a gun belt, so let's take a look. And he said, well, here's one locally made, and hooked me up with a gun belt. So now I got this awesome gun belt that I just wear every day, even if I'm not carrying. I wear it all the time.
It's just leather or what is it? What's the material?
It's a leather. It's a black leather.
Okay. So how is it different? Explain to people how it's different carrying when you have a real gun belt.
So I carry a SIG P928, and it really and the holster that I have for it just really hugs on me. Keeps the gun up, so I'm not worried about it, drooping down from like a regular belt. So, it holds it up and makes it a little more concealable, and it's just all around really sturdy, thick belt.
Would you ever consider going back to your old belt?
It depends on what to carry. No.
Yeah. To carry.
Carry anything. No.
Once you do it, you just go, oh my God, I can't believe it. I've been using a regular belt, and it's like, you go, okay, it's a belt. And people think, I know, they're thinking, well, it's just a belt. What are you guys talking about? There really is that much difference, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a huge game changer. It really is.
Amazing. Nathan, I appreciate the call. I'm glad you got that. Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Tom. Have a good one.
You take care. Bill's in Reno on line 2. Got a quote for us. Hey, Bill, go for it.
Yeah, howdy. I was just listening to Doug from the
Boone and Crockett.
Boone and Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
And Aldo Leopold, he brought up, I couldn't believe he didn't say this quote. Aldo Leopold coined this. A particular virtue in wildlife ethics is that the hunter ordinarily has no gallery to applaud or disapprove of his conduct. Whatever his acts, they are dictated by his own conscience rather than that of onlookers. It is difficult to exaggerate the importance of this fact. And my dad had a TV program in the early 60s in Reno.
Yeah.
And he followed up on that with a quote when he closed his show out every night. He says, "And remember that a good sportsman is one who does the right thing when no one is looking." Yeah. And I've always lived by that. And it's more than just hunting, but it's more of an ethics and your own conscience. So it's important that people realize that they are their own referee out there, like Doug was saying.
Exactly right. We are our own referee, and many times no one will ever know. So it's up to us. It's not really about somebody catching us. It's about how do we feel about ourselves? Are we the person we want to be? And thank you, sir. I appreciate your call. Yeah, Doug Painter, of course, being the epitome of an ethical, fine gentleman sportsman. By the way, if you're not familiar with Sporting Classics magazine, this is not paid plug or anything else. It's just that good. It's just one of those. There are a couple of magazines out there that are just incredible right now. Sporting Classics, and believe it or not, one called Garden and Gun. It's like Southern living with guns, and the writing is incredible. The photographs are wonderful. But Sporting Classics, if you like hunting and fishing and fine guns, I would certainly recommend it. In fact, if there's somebody on your list who likes any of those things, wow, I hadn't thought about that. Didn't put that on my list. A subscription to Sporting Classics or Garden and Gun. And I know people think of Garden and Gun as being Southern. No, not at all. Good recipes, good game recipes, good stories. Either one would be terrific. So if you're looking for something to give away, or maybe, it's okay to buy yourself the gift you want. That way it guarantees that you get the thing that you want. I honestly have done that a couple of times. Look what Santa got for me when I bought it for myself. 866-TALK-GUN. What would you like to see under the tree this Christmas?
Sign up for our Gun Talk newsletter and join the Truth Squad at www.guntalk.com. Now, back to Gun Talk with Washington Times opinion page regular contributor Tom Gresham.
All right, welcome back. 866-TALK-GUN. We're talking about, things for Christmas presents. You only got about a week here to go for people on your list. And, a lot of what we do is safety, security. I was thinking of handgun vault for somebody for safekeeping of a defensive gun in your home. A lot of them are the cool biometrics, the Liberty Safe stuff. There's some others that are a lot less expensive. You've got a whole range, but maybe one of those. I was also thinking about the whole security aspect of things, and part of that is, honestly, it's about as much about how you feel as anything else. Certainly it helps the police if they can look at a video. If you had a break-in, they say, oh, yeah, we got video of that. We could just take a look at those guys. It's one of the things that you get out of the Blink system, and I've been talking about this for, I guess, a couple of months now. The little Blink cameras, their whole system, real simple to set up. I've got a couple of them set up. I'm probably going to get some more because I need to put them in different places, but they're easy. In fact, I'm looking at one. I'm actually holding one right now. It is actually literally smaller than a pack of cards. Pretty simple little deals and really easy to set up, but you can set them up. You can see if there's somebody stealing your UPS or Amazon packages off the front porch. If there's a break-in, you'll have video of that. They'll even alert you to whether they've got motion detection. They'll send you a text on your phone. Hey, I've got motion over here. You click on it and you can see live video from the camera at your home and see what's going on. If there's like folks going, breaking in or something, you can call 911, get them there. Even if you're not there, you can call them in. It's actually a pretty simple, cool system. And the guys at Blink, they tell me that their prices are actually a whole bunch cheaper than anybody else. So I believe them on that. What you do, you can actually get an extra 10% off if you use our code, the Gun Talk code. You go to blinkprotect.com/gun talk. Again, blinkprotect.com/gun talk. Don't forget to use the gun talk. It's all one word, upper lowercase. Put it in the discount field at the checkout. You get an extra 10%.com. That's blinkprotect.com/gun talk. Matthew's on line 3 out of Metairie. He's kind of got a thought similar to mine. What are you thinking here, Matthew?
Well, Merry Christmas, and I'm thinking metal fatigue.
We're talking about there's this guy who's shooting .308, and he's getting case head separations and reloaded ammo. And explain what you mean when you say metal fatigue.
Well, that brass can only take so much force of swelling, having a claw grab it by its butt, yanking it out of there, and then being sized back down in the sizing die and stuffed full of powder, and let's do it all again and again and again. And eventually what starts to happen is the metal starts to crystallize at the point of the highest force and is no longer... It no longer has any stretch.
It's very much like if you take a thin piece of metal and you keep bending it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, it starts getting warmer, and eventually you can make it pop just by bending it back and forth. You get that metal fatigue going on there, right?
Precisely, and that's what's going on with that reloaded ammo. I'm willing to bet you that if he gets some brand spanking factory new ammo, he's not going to have that issue.
I think you're probably right. And the issue here, and what Matthew's talking about, and I've had people say, oh, yeah, I just pick up brass at the range and I reload it, and go, well, okay, great. Typically okay. The problem is this. You don't know the legacy. You don't know the ancestry of that brass. You don't know. That could be somebody who said, okay, I've reloaded this brass 20 times, and that's enough. I'm just going to leave it on the ground. And now you pick it up, and this stuff has been reloaded 20 times, and the actual realistic life may be 10, 15, 20 rounds, or 20 loadings, rather. And you pick it up and start loading, and it's already worn out by the time you get there, right?
Precisely. There's no way of knowing, especially if you're buying reloads from a outfit that, does it for a living. They may have reloaded that a whole bunch of times. It happened to me one time when with a 38 special. It just swole up inside the cylinder after firing, and had to get a little wooden dowel and knock it out.
Yeah. Michelle says, new to you doesn't mean new. It's a good point. Matthew, thank you for the call. It makes the point. It's an excellent point as well. Tim's in Carson City, Nevada on one. Hey, Tim, Christmas coming up. What are you thinking?
Well, what I'm thinking, I'm looking at it now, the NRA store might be a great option for people who are kind of stumped for ideas. I was just on there myself here online, and they seem to have rolled out some new items for life members who are, I'm a benefactor member, and I've always been kind of disappointed that they don't have more items highlighting some of the different life membership levels. Right. So they've rolled out some new items, and I was exploring further on the site, and they have a considerable number of items across the spectrum, either from clothing to gear to different accessories. And I'm just looking now, and they say they can, if you order $100 or more of stuff, they'll get you 3-day shipping, and that deal ends tomorrow.
Okay, I'm looking right now. It's nrastore.com, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, nrastore.com. You got to go there right now. Is it order by tomorrow to get the shipping?
That's what it looks like, correct.
Okay, yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff there. So, yeah, there's another place to go. Appreciate that, sir. Yeah, there's so many great places, Brownells, and a lot of other places you can go for cool stuff out there. If you have a thought about a Christmas gift for shooters, if you've got a suggestion, by all means, give me a call right now. I ran into my break here. I forgot to tell you. When we come back, I'll tell you about that disappointing gun present I got for Christmas some many years ago. 866-TALK-GUN. When someone leaves you their gun collection, you may want a few, but what do you do with the rest? How do you sell them? Who do you call? Well, I call Johnny Dury at Dury's Guns. Whether you're selling one gun or 500, they'll tell you what it's worth and write you a check. Simple, quick, easy, fair. I trust Dury's Guns. Give them a call. Dury'sGuns.com.
You got your carry permit. and that's good. But you know you could use more training. Get the DVDs, which have what you need. Springfield Armory presents Concealed Carry 1 and Concealed Carry 2 with Batagroup. Learn specific concealed carry skills from Top Gun fighting trainers. Get trained. Be prepared. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
It's really pretty simple. Your carry gun is a life-saving device. It must be with you. That's what the Springfield Armory XDS is all about. Small enough to carry, big enough to shoot comfortably, shockingly slim, single stack, with a 3.3-inch or 4-inch barrel, available in 9, 40, or 45. Highly accurate, great trigger, fiber optic front sight for fast aimed fire. The XDS at Springfield-Armory.com. That's Springfield-Armory.com.
Hi, this is Tom Gresham from Gun Talk. America is losing critical wildlife habitat at a rate of 1 football field every hour. It's happening on the Louisiana coast, but it's critical to all sportsmen and conservationists. These precious wetlands provide winter habitat for more than 10 million ducks and geese annually, waterfowl that migrate north through dozens of states. Don't shrug it off. Get involved. You can help. Visit vanishingparadise.org.
The Black Hills. There's nothing like it on Earth. The kind of place where characters become legends. Wild Bill Hickok, Crazy Horse, Calamity Jane. Pick any part of the world and you'll find people go there to make it their own. But this is where people come to get made. This is the place that made the people who make the best ammo on Earth. Black Hills Ammunition.
All right, Frank writes in from Lowell, Michigan. I would like to wake up Christmas morning and turn on the TV and find out that I, as a concealed carry holder, could carry anywhere in the USA. Also, suppressors were legal, cheap, and free of tax and paperwork, just like hammers and hamburgers. I like it. Okay. I was, 9, 10, probably 10, 11 years old. And I had been shooting, Dad got me started shooting early. And I was hoping for a gun for Christmas. And what I got was a thing, it was like little ducks on a spinner and a suction cup gun that you shoot, and you can hit these ducks that are on a spinner. And, I was really disappointed I didn't get a gun. Little did I realize at the time, of course, looking back on it, I realized they had no money. I mean, it's, Mom didn't make our clothes because she liked to sew. She made our clothes because that's what we could afford. So one of those deals that at the time I was disappointed. When I look back on it, I realized that's what they could do. But I was still able to shoot guns with Dad. But it was just one of those deals. So you kind of gauge where your youngsters are, which brings me to another idea for this list of Christmas presents. How about air guns? I mean, I know you'll shoot your eye out. Funny line. BB guns, pellet guns, they have them for youngsters. They have them for adults. And some of the adult guns are amazing and fun to shoot and powerful. People are hunting. They're killing deer and hogs with air guns, believe it or not. So they could be anything from a Daisy Red Ryder up to a full-fledged air gun that you can hunt with. So don't overlook air guns as a possibility, okay? Let's see. Line 4. Todd's with us out of Eagle Creek, Oregon. Got a Christmas story for us. Hey, Todd.
Yes, Tom. I had an SKB 500. I still have it, 20 gauge. And my mother was running a Christmas tree farm with my stepdad. They just retired. And the young cottontails were eating the new trees. So she asked to borrow my 20 gauge because all they had was a 12 gauge, and she was slightly small. And so I let her borrow my 20 gauge, and then as years went by, I'm like, when do I get the gun back? She says, I have nothing to shoot the cottontails with. So I was working in an insurance company, and they had a Mossberg 520 gauge that had been stolen and returned, and the owner didn't want it or couldn't afford it, so I ended up buying it for Christmas and get my 20 gauge back, and I was happy.
Now, what'd you do? Did you give her the 20 gauge and you got your SKB back?
Hell yeah, I ain't going to let her have the SKB.
Yeah, that's a nice shotgun. I guarantee you.
Well,
Great Christmas story. I love that. Appreciate that. Thanks for passing that along. Richard's got a problem down in Plain Dealing, Louisiana on line 2. Hey, Richard.
Hey, well, it's almost Christmas time, so I haven't really bought any more 12-gauge shells, and I'm an avid duck hunter. I've got low on them, so I went to my gun safe and pulled out my Remington SP-10, which is an automatic 10-gauge.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the only guns I got that in the middle of shooting, you'll just stop, just amazed at how awesome it is. I mean, this morning, shooting you shoot one bullet and you get 2 ducks. I mean, it's flying. I mean, not even on the water.
Right.
But is there anybody that's still making a 10 gauge or?
Yeah, there's some people making 10 gauges. There's not a lot out there. I'm looking at Remington's got them. I'm just looking online right now. Federal's got some. So they're out there. If your local store, you can always ask your store to order them. But here's what's happened is so few people are shooting 10 gauges now that stores aren't going to stock them because they've got money tied up on the shelf. It could sit there for years. But if you ask them to order it for you, if you say, hey, I'll buy a case of 10 gauge, they can order Federal or Remington or whatever you want. It's just they're not going to have it in stock when you go there.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the 3.5 for 12 gauges because I mean those guns aren't made for. I mean they're made for your regular loads, and when you bump up to that higher shell, it's the kick so much more. That Remington SP-10, I've got a 20 gauge 870 that kicks harder than it does. I mean, everybody.
And I'll tell you, I'm kind of with you, maybe for a different reason. I'm not a fan of the 12 gauge 3.5-inch Magnum. I think it is ballistically an inferior load. You're just the shot column is really long, and yeah, you're right, they kick like a mule. A good 10 gauge load will work better, but honestly, a 3-inch 12 gauge will do everything a 3.5-inch will, with less recoil and with less expense. So I am absolutely there with you. But ask your local gun store if they would order you some 10 gauge. If not, there's a website called AmmoSeek, SEEK, AmmoSeek.com, and you can find lots of 10 gauge loads there. I appreciate it, and I wish you luck. I love the alliances. And I'm not even, two ducks with one shot, I'm not even talking about on the water. That's pretty cool. Joe is on line 3. What's the deal with you and Wolf Ammunition?
Well, that's what I want to know.
Okay.
When I asked the fellow behind the counter in 2 national gun shops, they looked at me as though I needed to get out of their store quickly. They didn't want to deal with me. That's how little I knew.
Okay.
And I'm not a gun guy, and I'm just wondering what the whole deal is with Wolf, because it's markedly less expensive.
It is, and there is a line out there that you do get what you pay for. The problem with Wolf ammo is that a lot of it is really dirty. It gums up their action. What caliber are you looking for?
It's for my son. He's got a Smith & Wesson Sporter 2 and 223.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Yeah, the Wolf ammo tends to be dirty. It gums up actions, and it induces failures. So it has a really bad reputation. I will offer, if you're looking for 223, you can now buy inexpensive 223 ammo loaded by Federal or Winchester or some of the big names, American companies. Look for what's called Winchester White Box or something like that. You just want full metal jacket, not expanding, practice ammo. It'll just simply work better. And you know what? The other thing is you can keep the brass. Pick it up, take it with you. You can sell it or trade it to a friend or another shooter who's a reloader, whereas the Wolf brass is not reloadable. So if you got steel cases, that's not reloadable. So that's what they're doing. They're looking at you like, yeah, you don't really want that. And I kind of agree with them. So you could always try it, see if it works. If it does, great. But generally speaking, I get probably more complaints about Wolf ammo than anything else. This becomes one of those, buy the good stuff. I think you'll be happy with it. Allow me just a minute. I have to make reference to this. We just lost simply the best shooter in the world. Lone Zwigger, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Lone Zwigger died. 4-time Olympian, most decorated shooter in the world, died December 14th. 4-time Olympian, inducted into the Olympic Hall of Fame, shot all over the world. After a 26-year career in the U.S. Army, he retired, went to work for the NRA as the director of training for the U.S. shooting team. Probably inspired and trained and built more champion shooters than anybody on the planet. And never have I ever heard a negative word about Lone's. Simply the best shooter. And I don't think you'll find anybody in competitive shooting who would disagree with me. The best shooter who has ever been. Lone Zwigger, 80 years old. 1937 to 2017. There you go. Let's see here. Matt is on line 1, Minneapolis, Kansas. Matt, Remington 700, talk to me.
Hey, yeah, I was the one that was shooting the 700 that my dad called in a little while ago about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the brass were once fired, factory reloads.
Okay.
And the ones that I shot through the Browning, the head stamp is still nice and crisp and stuff, and the ones through the 700 are kind of smashed in a little bit.
What do you think's going on?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a tolerance issue or what.
I got to tell you, I think it's a tolerance issue. I think I honestly think you've got a headspace problem. I would go find another gunsmith to check it. I think there's something going on there. But if that's I would do two things. I would shoot it with some factory ammo, not reloaded ammo, and see what happens. If it works fine with factory ammo, then go and send no more. Just shoot factory ammo in it or load your own. Make sure you know how to load. But number two, if you have any kind of problem there, call Remington. They will make it right for you. It's just real simple as that. I wish I could stay with you here, but I got to keep moving. Got a question from Lewis on line 4 out of Mount Vernon, Missouri. Hey, Lewis.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What you looking at here?
Well, I'm thinking about buying another pistol.
Mm-hmm.
I have small hands, and I've got arthritis in both of them, so I've had to go down to 9mm. And I was wondering if you've had any feedback on the subcompact Glock 43 and 9mm.
Okay, here's the problem. First of all, it's a good pistol. It works great. But as you get to smaller pistols in 9, the slide is going to be harder to rack because the spring is more compressed. So I would say look at maybe even a 380, a Ruger LC 380. SIG has a 938. The slide is pretty easy to manipulate there. I would just say this, before you buy whatever it is you're going to buy, get into the store and work the slide a dozen times. With arthritis and such, you want to make sure it works for you. And if it doesn't, regardless of brand, move on, find something that you can work easily, work the slide. If you got to go to a 380, that's okay, because that's still a decent self-defense round these days with the good ammo we have. But as you go to a more compact gun, they actually become more difficult to operate. You'd be better off with a mid-size or even a full-size pistol where the spring is not as compressed. I wish you luck with it, and thank you for calling. All right, we're just about at the end here, but if you'd like to join us for the after show, just give us a call right now. Just call Tom Talk Gun, and you can be a part of the insanity that we call the after show. Other things on your Christmas list: clay target thrower and a case of targets. Pass down one of your guns to someone, or just write out, you can even handwrite a certificate for a day at the range with you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, be safe. Hope you get one of those long boxes under your tree.